Farming is one of the most important businesses and acts in the modern world. Even though we have technology to complete lots of the main farming tasks, the job itself is very important. It's also very important for farmers to be safe. So today we'll discuss 10 common scams for farmers to look out for. Don't miss this list. First up is free government payment scams. The first one is something to look out for even if you're not a farmer. However, it will affect farmers the most. Free government payment scams are usually in the form of fake websites or links on social media platforms. These are usually when a website is pretending to be a government one and offers you money or asks you to pay some money. Please never click on links like this unless you're completely sure that it's coming from an official source. The best way is to check what URL the government site is. The official sites are usually from .gov.uk. Next up is invoice scams. Our next scam to look out for is the ever so popular invoice scam. This is where a scammer may contact you through an invoice attempting to redirect the payments you're set to pay to the government to them. They usually pose as an actual supplier or company to make you believe they're official. Please never send funds before actually seeing if what you're looking at is real. You can always contact the supplier themselves to see if this is legitimate or not. This is one of the most common scams for farmers, so be on the lookout for a possible attack. Next up is fake website and goods scams. The next scam is a really big one, as it could ruin your entire business if it's too bad. Fake websites selling fake goods is one of the biggest and most common scams you'll see targeted toward farmers. These websites will look real and seem to have great deals on supplies. In reality, they're a complete scam, and you won't even get anything for your money most of the time. The best thing to do is to do some research before you buy from a new supplier. You can look at reviews or even look at what the other people are saying online. Next up is phone scams. Phone scams are becoming more and more common as we enter the new age of technology. Farmers aren't exactly in the past anymore, so they usually have phones and other tech. Phone scams come in the form of people faking using a legitimate phone number to take money from you. These can easily be stopped by blocking the numbers of the scammers who have contacted you and to look online to see what the real numbers are. Another way to confirm if they're real or fake is to call them back once you hang up. Always play it safe when it comes to scams like this. Next up is free ad scams online. Another way you can easily be scammed is through the ever-popular fake ad location scams on social media platforms. Farmers are especially easy to target with this scam as it revolves around selling fake or free goods. These sellers will post items that just do not exist. They go about it by trying to converse with you through emails or text messages. They'll also want money up front and/or through direct bank transfer. To avoid this, it's best to offer a way of selling that can be traced and/or refunded if things go wrong. These scams happen all the time, so watch out. Investment scams. This next common scam to look out for is very popular and catches lots of farmers off guard. This scam is based around getting someone to invest some money into a company with the promise of very high returns. This sort of thing may seem like it's coming from the government or other companies. The main way to tell if this is a scam or not is to think about how they contacted you. If it came out of the blue, then it's probably a scam. Make sure you think before you act hastily. It could save your business. Next up is romance scams. This one may seem a little far-fetched, but you'd be surprised at how often people fall victim to this scam. This scam is where someone will contact you online, and over time, they'll convince the person that they're in love with them. This forms a fake relationship, and the scammer will begin to ask for money or payments. These are usually for bills or other reasons. They usually target people on platforms like Facebook or maybe even email. Be careful if someone contacts you and make sure they're an actual person before any transactions go down. Next up is tax rebate scams. The next common scam to look out for is a tax rebate scam. This most likely will come in the form of a scammer who's pretending to be someone offering a tax rebate. This has been on the rise, especially due to COVID-19. It should be known that HMRC, who do tax rebates, will never actually contact you via social media, email, or text message. If they contact you through these means, it is a scam. Make sure to be safe and think about what you're doing before it's too late. These scams are very popular right now, so be safe. Next up is social media scams. Our penultimate scamming method is based around social media. These scammers will contact you through social media with the hopes of selling you farming machinery or equipment at some very low prices. These scams seem very genuine before you look into them. The photos may look real and the website could look great, but these are usually scams. If something looks too good to be true, especially when something is a low price, it probably is too good to be true. Think before you act. That's the main thing to do in these situations. You could also get a second second opinion on it if you think it's real or not. And finally, we have online auction scams. Our final scam also revolves around social media on any auction site. This scam usually happens to people who have watched or bid on a listing. The seller will contact you and say they'll lower the price if you pay them through a direct bank transfer. You should be very wary if this happens to you, as bank transfers are non-refundable. So if something goes wrong or it turns out to be a scam, you'll lose all that money. These scams catch people off guard, as someone on an online marketplace doesn't seem like that bad of a person. The best thing to do is always pay directly through the auction site and not through any outside means. And that's the end of the list for today. The main takeaway from this video should be that you need to be careful online. It's easy to scam people by using the internet, as it's full of people who don't know what they're doing. This is especially true for those who are elderly or just new to the internet in general. Lots of farmers are in the elderly category and are moving to the internet to see what they can do for their businesses. This is why the scammers target these sorts of people. They're an easy target for them to get some money out of and get away with it pretty easily. In 2020, throughout all of Northern Ireland, we saw many people fall victim to these fraud or scam attacks. They were targeted due to their age and their job. Farmers are always looking for something to make their job a little easier or something that needs replacing. This is where an online marketplace can come in handy. They can look for new or used things to purchase and help out the farm. Scammers prey here because lots of websites like Facebook don't have the best way of reporting scammers. This sort of thing is really hard to regulate, so most of the time people get away with it very easily. The other sort of scams we went over are email, phone, or text scams. These sorts of scams are away from social media and most of the internet. People don't always think that some random person could get their email or phone number, but it's actually really easy to pull off. These scammers target mainly older people with these scams, as they're much more likely to fall for it. It's really easy for them to just call up an older farmer or contact them through email and scam them. They'll talk about cheap equipment or produce, and the farmer will think nothing of it. This is one of the easiest ways they scam people, and it's not slowing down. More and more scammers are coming out and starting these schemes, so something like this video could help you out in a pinch. Just stay safe and think about what you're doing before you take some serious actions. And that's the end of the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let us know down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now, and stay safe.